Hello, my name is Rami. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through my Red Eyes Cashier profile. The main goal of this deck is for me to go into a Red Eyes FTK. The main villain of this deck is Meteor Black Comet Dragon. What this guy does is when he's fusion summoned, I can send one Red Eyes monster to the grave and deal half of its attack worth of burn damage to the enemy. In order to pull this off, the main things I wish to have is Black Metal Dragon, Infernal Fire Blast, and or Red Eyes Fusion. 2 Infernal Fire Blast will allow me to deal 7,000 damage plus the 1,000 plus burn damage from Meteor Black Comet's effect. The easiest way to go into it is if I have a Red Eyes Fusion and 2 Infernal Fire Blasts. But the best way for me to do this is if I have a Black Metal Dragon and Infernal Fire Blast, because this allows me to bait out any Ash Blossoms or Imperms when I first sack the Black Metal Dragon to bring out Striker Dragon. I keep one Boot Sector launch in this. I guess in this version I have not added it in. I've been testing out a few different things based on the Duels Cup and my traditional ranking session. But typically I will have a Boot Sector launch in here for the sole purposes of bringing it out using Striker Dragon. I'm never sure if I want to hold this in, if as an extra card, if I want to keep it in for Cashier Birth, or whatever. But it does seem to be pretty pivotal for baiting out that Ash Blossom on my Black Metal Dragon line. So this lets me go into Predaplant Verte Anaconda, pay 2,000 life points, send this, bring out the Comet, and if I have an Infernal Fire Blast, I can also get myself a Red Eyes Spirit using Black Metal's second summoning via Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Phase of my opponent's turn, I activate Red Eyes Spirit, revive Red Eyes Soul, which I use for the fusion, and explode them for game. I also have Kashtira combos in here for if I don't get the FTK hand, but more specifically, having level 7s. If I have 2 level 7s on the field, I can go into Galaxy Tomahawk. From there, I use the tokens to bring out Win, IP, and Link Spider to go into Saryuja Skull Dread using 4 monsters on the field. That lets me draw 4 and put back 3. So it gives me a second chance to search into my Infernal Fire Blast, my Black Metal Dragon, and or a Red Eyes Spirit. With that, I'm going to get into some replays. For these, earlier in the month, I was running through Diamond Rank, and I was able to get out a few replays that I want to show you for the day. And then I also have one from the Duelist Cup. Okay, for this one, we have a pretty good hand, but we are going 7, which is an issue, but Ash Blossom lets me stop the start of the Mathmech combo. When I get into my turn, I'm 1 away from a perfect start, and here we go. We get to use the Cashier Unicorn, bait out the Imperm, which is perfectly fine by me. Then we summon the Black Meteor Dragon. Now we have 2 on the field. Let's go straight into Predaplant Verte Anaconda. Now we're going to use its effect to summon the Comet Dragon. Comet Dragon effect. Let's send Red MD to burn for 14. 35 with the first Fire Blast, and the second one for game. Here I'm just going to let the replays rock, since we've got the general idea. This is another one that's going to let me go straight into Verte Anaconda. This replay is a little bit more interesting. We're going to do a play-by-play here. So we're going to start off with the Ogre. They hit me with the Max C. Fortunately, I have Ash Blossom in hand to cancel that out. Because this is going to be quite a long combo. As you see, we don't have any of our instant kill cards in the hand at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and use Ogre's effect. Thinning out the deck a little bit more to make it more likely to get what I'm trying to grab. Come out the second level summon with Meteor Dragon to summon out the Tomahawk. I'm gonna go ahead and grab myself 5 tokens. Starting off by summoning out Wind Charmer, since these are wind types. Going into Wind Spider, since tokens are all normals. And we're gonna have to go into the IP. Here's a spot where I tend to make a mistake because I have to make sure that I call using either IP or Lin as just one card, because I need all 4 cards to go into Sardiusia Skull Dread from here if I wish to draw the cards. So in here, we were able to get out the Red MD, or the Black Metal Dragon, birthing back the Ogre. Now we're going to banish the Ogre to draw 2 cards, and getting the last bit of the cards that I need for this set. Let's strike a Dragon. Using Black Metal's effect to bring out Red Eye Soul. I'm going to use Burst effect to normal summon Soul without Tribute. Red Eye Soul. Going into the Predator Punch Viditel Anaconda. We will now use its effect to summon the Comet Dragon, using the cards in hand. We're going to send. We're going to activate Soul to target Comet Dragon to burn for 35. Send Red MD for 14, and Fire Blast to go into game. This is the main reason why I actually use the Cashier cards for this build, is so that I can get the extra bit of luck out by going to Sardiusia to get those last couple of cards. Okay, from here we're going to go into a couple of solo mode games just to show off how this deck can work out. So this is, of course, quite the terrible hand to start off with. We do have a bit amount of plays here thanks to having the 1-for-1. We can get out the Black Metal, but we don't have an Infernal Fire Blast, so we are going to need to go into our call. Only issue being we do not have Cashier card in the hand or grave, but that's what we have Fenrir for. We're going to go ahead and grab Ogre. Activate Scareclaw, banish the Ogre, and using the 2 level 2 summons to go into Tomahawk. Tomahawk effect, sending both of them away. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to go into Wind first in case I do have a way to save the IP for later. I typically keep Underworld Goddess in here for that purpose. I'll go ahead and get her out of here. Let's hit Sardiusia. Try to figure Link 2 in the middle in case you do forget to click out of the using for 2 materials column. Sardiusia's effect. Okay, so here we didn't get the best outcomes. I'm gonna put back one of the black metals, and here I suppose the best option is to get rid of the Ash Blossom. We're gonna summon out the black metal. Got a good chunk of power from the combination here. Birth. let us get back. Why not the ogre? Reborn with Fenrir. Ogre effect. Might as well go ahead and get the prep. Go ahead and grab the striker. You always want to start with another dragon and blocking out the striker. Go ahead and activate Skull Dread's ability to special summon out the red eyes. Get back our friend here. Try to planting. You can see you can freestyle quite a bit with this combo set. Activate Black Metal's effect. We're gonna go ahead and get the Spirit. Activate Plant's effect. Fusion. Comet. Sending Soul and Meteor. And that's going to be it. Probably a better idea would have been to go into Shangri-La here, being able to summon back out a different cashier later on their turn, but I am afraid to do that in case they are running a cashier card, then they can just Zeus away my entire field, which is not fun for me. But this is the full lineup here. I'm going to pass turn, make sure you turn the toggle. And I fucked it. I forgot to set the Red Eye Spirit. Number 2, stop that in. It's a good hand. It's not the most ideal because we don't really have ways to fight off any Ash Blossoms, Imperms, etc., etc. But this is a way to get the kill on turn 1.5. Gonna use his effect. Gonna send the Metal Dragon. Activate the Infernal Fire Blast. Setting Imperm and that. Turn toggle on to make sure this works. Then we'll activate the Spirit, reviving the Soul. Using Soul, we will target Comet for game here. That's one of the ways to do it. Any combination of those cards gets you the game. This is one of the more ideal hands whenever we're running this deck. So first and foremost, we do want to summon out the Unicorn. This helps us bait out an Ash Blossom or whatever. We're not going to be using that. Birth is also always a good card to grab. We're going to go ahead and activate that. Based on us having the Meteor Dragon and the Black Metal with the Birth, rather than wasting the normal summon, we're going to go ahead and activate out the Black Metal, or the Black Meteor. Putting him. Activating Black Metal Dragon's effect. I'm going to do this. And here we're going to be a little bit different. I'm going to go straight into Plants, reducing chance of Nibiru. Activate Metal's effect to get Soul from the deck. Gonna use Birth to bring out our Soul. And because we aren't really afraid of the Nibiru here, we're going to go ahead and bring back the Unicorn, because once we activate Verite, we will not be able to activate any more, or summon any more monsters because of Red Eye's Fusion's effect. Now we're going to go ahead and activate Verite, sending Red Eye's Fusion to summon the Comet Dragon using... I'm going to send the Magnemite... Uh-oh. we are a little bit stuck here because we've run out of cards to send. We are going to activate Soul's Effect. We target the Comet. I believe we still have Red MD in the deck. Yes, and we also still have the Meteor Dragon. That was what we were going for. So we still would have been able to do 1,000 one way or another if we didn't have Red MD in the deck because we sent the Magnemite. Okay, this is actually a good start here. So we're going to open up with the Wraithsoft, gonna grab ourselves a Fenrir. Special out the Unicorn. Using Unicorn's effect, we're gonna go ahead and grab ourselves a Birth. With Birth, we'll be able to summon out the Fenrir. I'm gonna use Fenrir to just mill out the Rise Art. Now we're going to go into Yahtzee Tomahawk. We're still one card shy from being able to get out the O2K. We do not have a Red Eye Spirit, so this is actually a good way to showcase how this combo line works, since we don't have Black Hole Dragon or Red Eye Spirit. Let's sort out the 5 Galaxy Tomahawks. I like to start with Win as my first summon in case I have a way to spare the IP on my Stardew summon. Then I'm going to put IP in the corner, so that way I have the option of moving my Link to the other side of the field. And now we're going to go and grab ourselves a Link Spider. With these 4 out, I am able to get out to my Stardew Soul Dread. But since we do have Birth active, I'm going to go ahead and use this to bring back my Fenrir. Why, you ask? Well, I'm going to show you a line to hold the IP on the field, in case we have an opportunity to go into the Underworld Goddess partly through the next turn. We'll go 1, 2, 3. Typically, you'd have to be careful with your Link too, because if you accidentally select it, you're going to not get the full effects of the Stardew Skull Dread. Probably would have been smarter for me to have moved Skull Dread over to the other side of the field here, but it's really not that big of a deal. And with this, we get everything we need. So we no longer need the Nibiru, the Rise Heart, or the Kirikata. I'm going to use Stardew's effect to summon out the Black Metal. I'm going to go into Striker Dragon. Cleaning out the deck a little bit more here. Always chain block the Black Metal for the Striker. Bring the Sector Launch of the hand. Using Black Metal to search out our Darkness Metal. Just because why not? Using his effect, we'll banish the Striker. And bring back the Black Metal. Another option would have been if I had searched out the Soul. Wait, no, that wouldn't have worked here. We're gonna go into Predaplant using Black Metal and the Sardiusia. If you wish to hold them on the board. Black Metal's secondary effect. We're going to get our Red Eye Spirit. Make sure you set it. And activate Barricade's effect. Then Red Eye's Fusion. We're going to get Comet Dragon, sending Soul, and the Black Meteor. We don't want to put him here because of IP's effect in the next turn. Now we've protected ourselves from all fronts. We're going to send a Black Dragon into the grave. Activate Inferno Fire Blast. And now we have everything we need to finish off in the draw phase. Turn the toggle on, pass turn. Activate Red Eye Spirit, bringing back the Soul. And assuming they don't have an Imperm or Called by the Grave, at this point we are free to hit them for another 3,500 ending the game. With this board, we have opened ourselves up to, if they were to stop the combo, we'd have IP and a bunch of cards on the field to be able to go into Underworld's Goddess on their turn. And of course, we have the Cashier cards ready to go if the duel gets prolonged any further. But that's going to be it for showcasing the Red Eyes Cashier deck that I've built. I hope you enjoyed and have a wonderful day.